Hi, I'm attorney Francine Ward, and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to talk about whether you should incorporate your new business in Delaware or whether you should choose the state of incorporation of where you're actually doing business. Recently I had a client come to me who just started a new business, and she said, I want to incorporate in Delaware. So of course the very first question I asked her was, why? Because I know enough to know that sometimes people just say Delaware or Nevada or Wyoming because they heard someone else talk about it or they've read something on the internet. And of course what I discovered was she really didn't know why, but she heard it was a good place to incorporate. So what I said to her was this: ultimately it's going to be your decision. If you want to incorporate in Delaware, I'm happy to do it, but here's what you should know. Delaware is a great place to incorporate if you've got some money and if you're foreseeing down the road that this is going to be a business that you might want to make attractive to investors, or if you just see it as growing to be a bigger business than what you have in mind initially. Delaware is great. Why? Because they've got a plethora of case law. Their Chancery Court really deals with nothing pretty much other than corporate matters. So they've got a well-developed body of law. But on the other hand, what you should know before you incorporate in Delaware is that there are a lot of fees that you're going to have to be responsible for. Sometimes people think, well, if I'm going to incorporate in another state, then that's all I have to deal with, just that state. But in fact, if you incorporate in Delaware, but you're doing business in, let's say, California, you're not only going to have to pay taxes in Delaware, you're going to also have to pay taxes in California as a foreign entity. You're going to also have to abide by California law because you are, in fact, doing business in California. You're going to be required, nonetheless, to pay double taxes as a corporation. That's what you'll have to do. Both taxes, the corporation tax as well as the individual will have to pay tax. You'll also have to pay your setup fees in Delaware, but you'll also have to be paying some taxes, some additional taxes in California. What you're also wanting to know is that you're going to be responsible for paying for hiring and paying for a registered agent. Unless you've got an office in Delaware or someone who is there that you know who's willing to be the person, the agent in Delaware, you're going to have to secure an agent, which is an additional cost, as opposed to if you were forming it in California, you could be your own registered agent or your partner could be your registered agent. So the point is there are a lot of taxes. Oh, one more thing. If you're going to be a stock corporation in Delaware, you're going to also have to pay some additional taxes depending upon how much authorized shares you're actually going to start with. So the bottom line is Delaware can be a great place to incorporate, but you should know the facts and be very, very clear on all of the fees that you'll be required to take care of in the very beginning. Okay, that's it for now. I'm attorney Francine Ward, helping you protect your assets. Bye-bye for now.